Hey, Spinnernet, Brian here. And I'm here to respond about some of the things you've talked about recently on your Spinnernet1 account. Now, you recently talked about a few things. You talked about, in one of your videos that you made about, let's see, today's the 16th, about 8 days ago, you talked about a few topics. Batista's heel turn and CM Punk being depushed. Now, as far as CM Punk being depushed, being, basically in the doghouse, if you will, there's a rumor going around that he hasn't followed policy, if you will. He hasn't, done what he's supposed to do. I don't really know. But honestly, I don't think it's the fact that he's getting depushed. I mean, you take a look at what happened the first time he was world champion. Did he ever become world champion after that? No, he didn't. Yes, true, he became world champion multiple times already. He became world champion when he cashed in on Jeff Hardy. He became world champion when he beat Jeff Hardy. So he's basically a three-time world champion. Wait, no, three-time, let's see. First one, Jeff Hardy. Yeah, basically a three-time world champion is what he is. But there's a reason he's a three-time world champion, and I want you to take a look at the time frame that he was champion. This summer. That's right, during the summer. Now, we all know that sometimes major stars like The Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, maybe even Randy Orton or whoever, Edge, they take time off, to rest during the summer. They take time off to heal their injuries. So what does WWE do? Well, honestly, this is my opinion, Spinnernet, and you can agree with it. J-Dub Show, you can probably agree with it if you're watching. But I think what CM Punk is he's the kind of wrestler the WWE looks at as a loner. Not a loner like I'm a lone wolf. I'm talking like we're loaning you this. Like a bank, let's say like a bank loan. The loanee, he's a loner. He's a loanee or whatever you want to call it. Basically, WWE loans, picks out CM Punk and says, okay, we're going to loan you the world title for the summer. That's what they've done for the past 2 years. They've loaned him that title. Do you think him cashing in Money in the Bank is on his own accord? No. WWE has a plan. They know exactly when he's going to cash it in. They know who they want him to cash it in against. And by doing so, they allow him to hold on to it for as long as he wants. Now you might say to yourself, well, what about Rob Van Dam? Was he the same way? No. Rob was different. See, CM Punk hasn't been in WWE as long as Rob was before he won. CM Punk debuted in what? Late 2006? He's only been with the company, what, about 3 years, 3.5 years? Rob Van Dam was with the company since 2001, and it took him 5 years. And I think they had a long reign plan for Rob Van Dam until what happened. That's what I'm saying about CM Punk. CM Punk's only been with the company 3 years, but I think they look at CM Punk as, yeah, he's world champion material, yeah, he's main event material, but not really. He's basically summer material. He's a loner. It's like I said. They have it all planned out. They have who's going to win. When they have that Money in the Bank match, they have it all planned out. They have who's going to win it planned out. They have when they're going to cash it in, and they have how long they're going to keep the title. That's how long Money in the Bank. I mean, that's how they have it planned out. And with CM Punk, for some reason, it's always during the summer. And like I said, I think it's just for the summer because he's a loner. Last year when he won Money in the Bank, they did it to put the world title or world championship on Raw. That's why they did it. But did he get it back? No. How did he lose it? He lost it because he was attacked by the same guys that he's teaming up with at Survivor Series. That's right. He lost it because of this. and he never really got a proper rematch. I mean, yeah, he got a rematch, but was he ever scheduled to win it back? No, he lost. Now, this past summer, when he cashed it in on Jeff Hardy, when did he cash it in? In June. When did he win it back? In August. When did he lose it? In October. Because technically, September is, in a way, still the summer month, because we're just getting out of the summer. But anyway, that's where I believe CM Punk, but in my opinion, that's why I believe CM Punk is not being depushed. He's just being, his time as being world champion, his loan time, if you will, is over. His bank loan, if you will, is done. Get what I'm saying? Money in the bank, bank loan. Now, as far as Batista's heel turn goes, Batista's heel turn is probably something that WWE was waiting to do. You know, it's like I said in my audio video about Hogan going to TNA. WWE was just waiting for the moment to pull the trigger, you know, where they can go back to being that TV 14 TVMA material. And I've told people many times already, don't be surprised if WWE goes back to that real soon, within the next year or so. Because I got a feeling they're going to. I've got a feeling that Batista is the first step. You know, will he stay a heel for much longer? I can't really say. Honestly, I can't really say if he's going to stay a heel, because he's been a babyface for so long and people like him that way. I'm not saying that if they take out the canned booing and all that on SmackDown that we wouldn't hear, you know, cheering. Because I know we heard some cheering when he beat the hell out of Mysterio at Bragging Rights. But does that mean Batista is going to stay a heel for a long time? I don't think so. My honest opinion is I've got a feeling at the beginning of next year he's going to go back to being a face. Now, if he stays a heel, he stays a heel. But I've got a feeling he's going to go back to a face real soon. Sooner than people expect. I think he's going to have this match with Mysterio, maybe another match or so. You know what it looks like to me? It looks like to me they're doing the same thing with Batista that they did with Eddie Guerrero. Remember, Eddie was mad at Mysterio. He fought him a lot of times and beat him and things like that. And then he started slowly going back to a face, right? Same thing with Rey Mysterio. Same thing with Batista. I think he's going to have maybe a few matches with Mysterio and then very slowly go back to being a face. I've got that feeling. If not, then I'm wrong. But I've got a feeling that's what the direction they're heading in with Batista. But like I said, this to me is just the first shot done by WWE towards TNA. Now that TNA has Hogan, that if they're willing to turn someone that's been a top baby face for 5 years, almost 5 years, if you will, then what are they gonna do next to stay on top? Because like I said, although they're just waiting for that one moment, when Hogan walks into the Impact Zone on TNA television to finally pull the trigger and say, hey, we're back to being the out-of-control TV 14 TVMA program that we always were, or that we always should have been. But you know, that's just my opinion on some of the topics you talked about. And you got any comments, Spinnernet? Just let me know. And I'll talk to you later.